There's one over here.
Oh, there's a question, please.
Here we go.
The director was in their senior year at Columbia, right?
Yes.
Right.
How was like the organization process with like kind of getting everything together in terms of like at Columbia? Like how were you contacted and how was like?
Well, at Columbia, they have a lot of their classes go together. So, like, some of the scene study classes will go in, like the camera department, like they have lighting 3, that goes with the higher end directing projects. Hers was a directing 3 project. So they held auditions at Columbia, and then they did callbacks, and they all sort of work together and take from different parts in the film department. So it's very collaborative there. Anyone else?
How did you find yourself in the character? How did you find her within you?
Well, I do have 2 older sisters, so that kind of helped. And I mean, just the day-to-day things, I think working on the little intricacies really help, and it really makes it real. So I think that really helped.
Okay, good.
How long did it take to make the movie from start to finish?
Start to finish, I know the filming we did over a weekend or 2. Start to finish, they do over a semester, and then we actually shot that last November, so it's taken that from then. And I know she started writing it her freshman year, I think, or that's when she started getting the inspiration for it. So it takes a little while. Yeah.
This is a question for Chris. How long did it take for you to create the score for the film?
Let's see. Well, it kind of happens in 2 to 3 processes. You kind of sit down with the director, you go over their ideology of what they want the piece, what they want the people and the audience to feel, because the music is actually more of the feel. You give the visual part from the actual film itself. So the actual writing process we started right after filming was done. So right around the second week of November, it took about 6 to 8 weeks to write 6.5 minutes of music. So it can, if you think about it by orchestration terms, by building everything out from scratch, getting it ready, set, and everything fit into the parameters needed for the piece. Yeah, I think it was about, I think we finished right at January 1st, so about 7 weeks to finish that.
Now, you're a professional composer. What's the difference between working with a student on a film and a seasoned filmmaker?
He's silent.
I don't know. All right. So do I get to be honest or not?
Yes, honest.
There's only a couple big things that are different. One, of course, is money. You know, when you're doing a student film, when you're doing a pro film, the money's already taken care of in the beginning, so you kind of know time allotted. You kind of know how long spans of things. Organizational would be probably the biggest difference, is that with this project, it was me kind of coming in more of a, I wouldn't say like more of, not a professor, but more of somebody who can she could bounce off information to me. I could kind of keep her going, keep her in that line, but in a straight path of how the music and how the rest of the film needs to be put together. The difference is that in a pro or a seasoned or a bigger film, I don't get any input. My job, I am now, like this time I actually got to walk in and like, hey, I get to do something, and I actually get to say something. In a bigger film, I don't get to say nothing. I walk in, hi, my name's Chris, okay, you're doing this, and it better be done at this time, but we'd rather have it a month earlier. And any questions? There's not allowed to have any questions. So just do what we'd like you to do, have a great day. That's basically how it works with that. But I find it more rewarding for the smaller films, because you get to actually be yourself. You get to actually really bring your craft out more instead of just being cookie cutter. A lot of stuff that you have to do is because it's cookie cutter. You have to do the cliches. You have to do this certain tags, the certain things. This, you get to be a little bit more free. You get to be a little bit more expressionistic. Try things out that you maybe wouldn't have the opportunity to do without getting your head cut off by another director, that you could actually explore and see if it works. So that's really the difference, is there's a little bit more freedom compared to going in, yes, sir, just, pun intended, but like the soup Nazi, just straight towards it, do it, and if we don't like you, you're out the door.
Great. Thanks.
Thank you.
Any more questions for our little secret? All right. Thank you, Clarissa and Chris. Okay. Fred?
We expect great things from her. She's out in Hollywood now after graduating from Columbia.